Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's podcast. I am here with my guest, Debbie Brush-Garcia with Colorado Home Realty. Welcome, Debbie.
Thank you, Gabe. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you very much for being here. And, Debbie, you and I were chatting just a week or so ago, and you had brought up an amazing question, to me, I believe. And the question was maybe around why are more people not doing reverse mortgages?
Yes,
And it was a perfect question that I thought that I don't have the answer to, but I would love to have that dialogue with you today from your perspective as a real estate professional and your perspective as not everybody should be selling their home, right?
that's right. That's exactly right. You see, I'm a firm believer in having your home match your lifestyle.
Okay,
Okay.
tell me more
And
what you mean.
yeah, so our lifestyles change over the years, so if you're in your early 60s, maybe you're in your 70s, 80s, whatever. I just think that our homes over time have accumulated so much equity. And in order for that to help us live the life we want to and have that lifestyle match, we have to kind of tap into it.
Hmm.
And with the home equity conversion mortgages and the reverse, that all kind of plays into it. And it took me a while to really understand it. But, the example is if you're dreaming big and you just, maybe you are retired and you say to yourself, boy, I'd love to just have thought about taking a safari, maybe cruising the Greek islands or hiring a captain for the BVI. Like those are big dreams. Those are different than, hey, hey, honey, you want to go to Nashville for the weekend or
Mhm.
take a week to Florida? If you have these big things and you do have the equity in your home, maybe your home can help you get there and really live the life you want to live.
I love it. I love it. It's so true. It's so true. And I say this often, but so many people are just surviving. And what you're describing, Debbie, is the ability to thrive. And there is a huge distinction between just going through the motions of life and we work so hard
Yep, we do.
and you get to this point that is quote unquote called retirement, which what does that really mean anyway? Uh,
Hmm.
right.
That's right.
And so as we reach this point in our lives, why not comes the question to me. And how can you do it? And you're absolutely right. A reverse mortgage or a home equity conversion mortgage is a great way to just put a spigot, if you will, on the side of your home equity that you go open and close and take some equity out as you wish, as you need, and fulfill all of your dreams. Why not? Right?
That's right. And you don't have to be limited. Like you said, it's a spigot and you can take some of it out. That doesn't mean you've used every dollar your home it could be worth. You're just using portions of it.
That's right. Absolutely. And you can use it. I mean, if one of the concerns that people have historically is that they don't want to use it because they want to leave it for their kids or their
Mhm,
heirs. And
mhm.
my thought around that is why not use it and spoil them today and take them with you on a trip,
That's
right?
right.
Or do something for them, help them buy a house,
That's
right?
right. That's
The
right.
idea that, with all due respect, just to leave it behind where you have zero control, zero say of how your heirs spend your wealth,
Hmm.
right? That to me is one way to leave a legacy. However, what you're describing and what I am a firm believer of as well is use it and use it to your benefit and to your friends and family and loved ones as well, and bring them along for the ride, right?
Absolutely. And there could be enough for that, Um, and maybe you don't want to travel. The other thing too is, Gabe, right? We talked about maybe your dream is to have a place in the mountains. So maybe you have that second home, Or maybe you go to Tucson. Maybe you don't want to travel at all, but you'd like another opportunity to live in those climates and really fulfill the winter lifestyle and maybe a summertime lifestyle. It's all about what you want. And and you can dream big with this kind of an option, I think.
Abs-
It can get
Absolutely.
you out of, well, my savings account doesn't really do that. And you know what? We've all saved really hard. We've
Sure.
saved very hard, worked very hard in our lives. But maybe the house that brought us joy when we got it, let us bring it us joy now too. You know,
Absolutely.
don't let it go to
Absolutely.
waste. Don't let that be wasted.
Well, and you started out by saying, right, if you've owned your home for a long time, especially here in Colorado, where you and I are, but in
Mhm.
other parts of the country as well, where we've seen tremendous amounts of appreciation, you think
Yeah.
about this conceptually. If you bought your house for $200,000 and it's now worth 800,000
Mhm.
and it's gone
Yeah.
up, right, by
Yeah.
400%, right? If you had done that in the stock market, right? If you had bought $200,000 worth of Amazon or Google or you name it stock and it went up to $800,000, would you not touch it? Would you just simply let it ride and then leave it for your heirs? Probably not. So, why
That's
are
right.
people doing it with their home equity?
Agreed. And, the one thing we didn't really mention yet is you have access as early as 62.
That's right.
You look at it. And at 62, that's very different from 72, from 82 and 92. So if if you can use your home at this point, great. Kudos to you for getting yourself to this point in your early 60s while you can still be very active and very excited about some things like this. You still have plenty of time for that house to continue to appreciate.
That's right. And
It
to
will
your
continue, it doesn't stop.
Yeah, absolutely. And to your point about doing it at 62 versus 72 or 82 or 92, we talk about our go-go years versus our
Yes,
slow-go years or the no-go years. And why would someone want to wait until their
that's right.
no-go years to do something like this that could provide them so much joy, so much
That's right.
satisfaction? So I love what you're saying about, consider this as an option earlier in life. And by the
Right,
way, you are correct. 62 years old is the minimum age for the FHA reverse mortgage, also known as the home equity conversion mortgage. However,
right.
there are reverse mortgage products that begin as early as age 55.
Ah, see?
Yes.
A happy surprise.
A happy surprise. So they are not called a home equity conversion mortgage, but they are reverse mortgages. They are non recourse mortgages, just like the FHA product, but they allow folks at a younger age and at higher home valuations. So some people call them jumbo reverse mortgages,
Mhm.
but they're wonderful products that we offer as well, and that people can certainly get their hands on at a younger age now.
Yeah, and I'll use another example of two different clients that I had using the reverse. They were relocating to Colorado to be closer to family, but they weren't able to afford where they wanted to live here in Colorado. I'm going to say they had about 250,000 to bring in.
Mhm.
So we didn't talk about buying in a reverse, but those people could buy in a reverse. So their lifestyle was going to match being closer to family. So when they got here, um, they couldn't buy anything for 250,
Sure.
not the way they needed to live. And I don't mean luxuriously, but because of the reverse, they were able to buy safely and nicely and updated. And so great for them. So now they have a beautiful lifestyle with no payments, but appreciation,
That's right.
still
That's
in
right.
their early 70s. So as another example for people that, may think, I don't want to do any of that vacation stuff. I don't need a second home. But there may be an upgrade to something you're living in that will make you happier in your life. And maybe this is one way to do it.
Absolutely. So what you're talking about is the using a reverse mortgage to purchase a new primary residence, and it does increase one's purchasing power. To your point, a lot of people who, especially who relocate to an area like Colorado, maybe who came from an area that was not as expensive,
Right.
right? And come in your example with $250,000 cash and say, "Hey, Debbie, help me find the home of my
Right.
dreams." And you're saying, "I'm sorry, but not in this market, not anymore." But with the reverse mortgage that they can then finance part of that purchase price, all of a
Mhm.
sudden can get them closer to a 400
That's
plus
right.
$1,000 purchase price and still not have a payment. So another fabulous strategy to your, again, point there, Debbie. And what I love about this conversation is, as a real estate professional yourself, what I've heard you say now over and over, not just today, but in prior conversations with you, is it's not always about selling the client's home. It's about ensuring that the client is in a home that is appropriate for aging, that is safe and comfortable, and affords them the lifestyle that they deserve and that they want. And that may not, again, be selling the current home.
That's exactly right. So, yeah, you may not have to sell. Just being introduced to this whole concept, which I am really excited about. And personally, as you know, I've got one, you
Well,
know,
I wasn't going to say it on the
I,
show here today, but I know you do, and I know you are proud of it and
I
excited and
am.
love it, and so for that, I again, I appreciate you sharing. But yes, I know you are a huge fan of them because you have experienced what it can do for you personally.
And there's a lot of peace of mind that can come along with it. So when I meet people, it's not always about, well, sell your home, buy a new and all of that. These are options I love to give people and introduce them to people like you so that they can have one more tool in their toolbox about another strategy of how they're going to live their best life. You
And that
know,
is the
that's the
magic.
key.
That is the key. And you and again, I think there's so much, you know, consistency in the way you and I work with clients and the way we
Mhm.
help clients and serve clients, because it really, at the end of the day, is what is best for them and what's
Yes.
the best tool and the
Yes.
best strategy to help them to achieve what is best for them. And sometimes it's not,
That's
work
right.
a product that you or I offer. However, if we can provide them the guidance or direction, then that's a huge win in our book and my book. I know for you as well.
Yes, agreed,
So,
agreed.
well, Debbie, thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for your insights and your time, and certainly sharing everything that we went over today. Really appreciate that very much.
My pleasure, and thanks for letting me get the word out there too.
Absolutely. And we'll talk to you again real soon.
Sounds good. Thanks, Gabe.
Thank you. Take care.